What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midday Update. I'm Laz on this Tuesday afternoon. You know, when I spoke this morning, I said less is more, and I still am holding true to that. I said today, possibly into tomorrow, you know, we'll get some more clues about direction. I said short term, I think if I remember correctly, I said, you know, short term I see us going higher, intermediate term, you know, potentially lower. And what I mean by that was that I expected, you know, prices to rise this morning. I was looking at some key levels, especially in the S&Ps. And I'm looking to see how price reacted at those levels. So let's take a look here at the S&Ps. We'll look at the spiders again. Same chart I showed this morning. Seeing some strength early morning into this key, you know, declining 21, tailing down. So you have price resistance here at that 134 and change mark in the SPYs, which we saw. Again, here's a 5-minute chart. You can see that rise in price into that key resistance area and failing pretty aggressively, trading all the way back to the low. So giving back that whole morning, you know, that first hour rise, the second hour decline, and now we're just sort of going into this lunchtime basing period, which does tell me that we could potentially, you know, see lower in the short term. So we're going to keep an eye on lower prices here through lunch and out of lunch, possibly to fill the gap overnight, which in the SPYs goes down to around 132, the low 132 area. So this would be a pretty big rollover if that happened. And on the daily, again, that would look like a pretty big tail down, bearish topping tail. So, you know, probably more of a win for the bears in this case. Again, stock, you know, being rejected at key resistance levels is really much more of a story of selling than is buying. And if we don't really get that afternoon rollover and the market sort of stays intact within its opening range, you know, it's still probably a win for the bears here because, again, we can't really even support a one-day move. Gapping up this morning, again, volume is the engine. You want to see price trade higher on volume, and you want to see it stick. Gap ups that, you know, give you these short-term pops and then, you know, and then sell off later in the day is not really healthy bullish price action. So you got to look under the hood here to really understand what you're trying to accomplish. Again, a good watch list is where money is going to be made. Knowing when things are actionable, again, is where money's going to be made. The other story today that I'm going to talk about is Facebook. And really not much of a story here. This is the daily chart. This is just a pure old sell setup here. Gave you a 2-day bounce late last week and making fresh lows again this morning. So market just clear out rejecting this. This is a look at the hourly. And this stock to me has, you know, the possibility now to, you know, probably trade into the mid 25s, the mid 20s, down to maybe 26, 25 area. Down there again, I think I'm going to look for, I think there'll be some interesting places to look for a buy setup, but right now there's no buyers. It is just selling across the board in Facebook. So steer clear of that if that's not really what you're looking to do. High beta techs, you know, Priceline, Amazon, Apple, again, not really doing much today. We saw some short-term gains early this morning, all gapping up. Priceline's already gone negative. Apple, you know, back to its opening price. So again, following suit with the market here, seeing some morning strength followed by, you know, lunchtime into weakness. I think over the next hour, it's important you tune into the VTF. Is this, you know, basing down here through lunch going to roll over into the close and possibly some more selling? Or do we see this very sort of controlled, contained day and maybe, you know, just have to wait it out until we get some better structure and more color and a better entry signal here? But I think shorts are really starting to become much more of a paramount in terms of, you know, opportunity. The long opportunities I see are really, really far and few between. There are, like I said in this morning's, you know, video, there are a couple of symbols that we're watching for opportunity, but very few here. Again, make sure you know your setups. Make sure you're aware of, you know, what you're trying to accomplish. Make sure your watch list is in place. If it's not, you're not really doing the things necessary to help, you know, position yourself for opportunity, because in the days ahead, there will be opportunity. It's been a really, really tough, you know, trading environment for those that aren't planned, for those that aren't aware, for those that are just, you know, looking for opportunity in every part of every day. It's really more of a patience-driven trade and a setup-driven trade. So that's really all I can give you for the midday call. You know, tune into the VTF this afternoon and tomorrow. That's really where it's going to be the real-time, you know, the real-time color is. But for now, let's keep it on the sidelines and let's just watch and see what happens. Take care, everybody.
Hi, I'm Sean Hendelman, CEO of T3 Live, where we train, coach, and mentor traders in order to help you put your money to work with confidence. The T3 Live approach is a blueprint for you to recognize, adapt, and ultimately take advantage of different market conditions. To begin your training with T3 Live, we would like to offer you the opportunity to enroll in our free 30-day online home study course. Fill in your name and email address, and I'll see you on the other side.